Last time on Multiverse, we were finally brought to the first match of the semifinals, meaning after this fight, there's only one more before the championship. Vegeta and Goku's battle went to the brink, with the results leaving us on a cliffhanger believing Goku had won. But is that truly the case? Today, the battle is decided. Given the situation seems to speak for itself, Sei just wants to move on to the next fight. But Susu objects. They have to wait 30 seconds for Vegeta to get up, who just piffs off such a thought as nonsense. He's not getting up. With our heroes back in Universe 18, Gohan explains that in this new state, Goku and Vegeta barely release any energy. He can't tell if they have any left or not. However, the daddy's girl, Brawl shouts out they have plenty, leading Videl to ask, she can sense their... But not at all! She hollers for her dad to get up. He's gonna win this, she knows it! She continues that it's time for the second round. The irreverent Princess Trunks joins her in her cheering. And with the slightest of smirks. Our two heroes take aim at the same ball of ki. Though Vegeta seemed to be down for the count, the battle's brought back to life without warning. With neither fighter making headway, both take a second to get a quick breath in. The battle slowly nears its end as Goku notes that his vision is starting to blur. Each fighter's respective successor cheers them on, their outers in the background taking visible appreciation in their familial pride. The fighters retake their stances, ready to continue the fight, staring at each other with joyful expressions. This says more than words ever could. Goku and Vegeta lock eyes, their smiles still lingering from the brief moment of respite. In this shared glance, they communicate a profound understanding and respect that transcends the boundaries of language. They have sparred countless times, pushed each other to the brink of their abilities, and through it all, they grow not just as fighters, but as friends, whether one of them is willing to admit it or not. Suddenly, in the middle of the battle, whether due to their loss of strength and or the youngster progressing as a fighter herself, Pan notices she's now able to follow the action. She watches in awe as the two warriors, who she has surely heard were once bitter rivals, now stand as comrades. Her conviction conveys a message of camaraderie and shared purpose. It's a reminder that even in the heat of battle, bonds can be formed and strengthened. True strength isn't just about physical power, but the strength of one's character. Both warriors utilizing a type of key sword. Some Brawl's a little shocked to see that they can do that too. Comment her father far from appreciates given his disdain for events prior. A reminder that Vegito nearly ended his own daughter mere moments ago. Then back to someone in particular who takes in this battle. Goku's granddaughter Pan. This panel echoes back to chapter 78 when Pan was only 5 years old. She was witnessing her elders fight for the first time. Like her father, she found herself with an aversion to fighting. Between the screams of her loved ones and the vibrations of their blows bouncing through the air, it was all too much for her. As she witnesses Goku and Vegeta fighting with all of their strength, a smile emerges not only among the two combatants, but the young girl as well. While she herself is a budding warrior, like stated before, she's been known for having a minor apprehension to violence like her father. But today, she's found herself just as excited as even Goku. As the energy on the battlefield surges, Pan's heart races with a mix of exhilaration and awe. She watches every punch, every energy blast, and every dodge with wide-eyed fascination, a fact her father notices and can't help but feel a little pride. The ferocity of the battle is undeniable, but there's something inspiring in the way Goku and Vegeta push each other to their limits. She now watches on trembling while holding the same Noibo her grandfather used to wield. This is not a clash of just fists and power, but a performant display of warriors striving for excellence. Pan's smile grows all the wider as she grows to appreciate the artistry and dedication her elders bring to battle as a whole. She knows that one day, she too will have her own battles to face, and she'll do it with the same spirit and heart her grandfather, surrogate Uncle Vegeta, and father all possess. As the countdown up to 30 starts again, it seems Vegeta may actually be down for good.
9, 16, 21, 25, 29,
With 1 second remaining,
30!
Goku is officially announced the winner! As Goten and Pan cheer in excitement. In all fairness, Brawl has to point out that it was still a pretty close call. Sunbrawl realizes that if she can master that state, she'd be able to essentially use the Super Saiyan powers without the drawbacks of the Super Saiyan forms. She wouldn't have to worry about the violent surge anymore, the factor that causes her to often lose control. Perfect Cell feels similar, only in the sense that he too has Saiyan cells. He should be able to also achieve this form. It doesn't even seem that difficult. As he observed Goku and Vegeta's battle and the incredible power they display, he can't help but feel a twinge of excitement in this newest revelation. This newest transformation. Circling back to Pan, she likes this way better than Super Saiyan. It's just like her dad in the sense they don't really change. She's gonna ask them to teach her how to do it. Kakarot from the Saiyan universe can't help but take the opportunity to taunt his dear leader. Poor little Vegeta. That Vegeta? He's what? 100? 1,000 times stronger than him? 10,000 times maybe? Though zapping his hand off of him, he demands this indelible stain to shut it. He'll have him know that his equivalent is even further above him. What's the difference between a roach in a foot and ant in a foot? I don't know. Vegito takes this information more seriously than anyone. How did they manage that? They didn't have more opponents than him to motivate him. Less, actually. They're still infinitely weaker than him, but he can't let them catch up. Is this simply the combination of Goku and Vegeta being overly competitive, or something darker? With the humans from the Old Man Krillin universe emerging from their apartment, said Krillin is pretty impressed with those Saiyans. Tien adds that a fabulous power in the service of good allowed them to overcome themselves in every regard. A quote Yamcha takes a liking to. In fact, he's got to write that one down. The androids clearly haven't gained any respect for their old wannabe target, still vocalizing their hatred for Son Goku for one reason or another. When a voice chimes over, they're impressive, those Saiyans, aren't they? A fabulous power in the service of good allowed them to overcome themselves in every regard. Makes you think, doesn't it? Although kind of relevant, Tien's quote simply puts off both cyborgs. As the pair walk back to their designated area, no words of contempt or pride are spoken. They simply go back and forth on what tactics worked and what one thinks the other should work on. Possibly most interesting, Vegeta inquires what they should call this new form of theirs. But Goku doesn't think they should even bother naming it. It should just be their normal state, leading the prince to christen it Normal Super Saiyan then, departing with Goku questioning when they're going to fight again, to which his opposite chides, "When you've worked on your aerial defense." Nearby, Mary Sue lives up to her namesake. She comments to herself that their fight wasn't too bad, but why were they moving in slow motion in that state that she herself had mastered when she was only 5? As we're well aware, Mary Sue is the strongest, fastest, smartest character in all of Dragon Ball. The most well-liked, too. Jumping over to the Kais, North states to South that with fighters who have integrity, everything's going well, no? Gast and C have never caused problems. The tournament will end without any more hiccups, he's sure of it. Something South Kaioshin remains sternly unsure of. In what is likely the Universe 9 apartment, Old Kai is still doing the ritual to give Raditz the ultimate power-up. He thinks to himself, C. It's the C I know. Even if he needs to break every rule in this tournament, he must absolutely destroy him forever. But what could the history between these two possibly be? Old Kai here follows a similar story where he was sealed within the Z-Sword and was only released when it was unexpectedly broken. C must be an ancient evil force who's been around for eons. Then, swiping over to Universe 15, the mother of the still unborn Ickle shouts out to a couple of Vargas. "There you are! I've been calling for an hour! He's due now!" Though the staff doesn't take much interest in her demands, likely not really planning on playing labor and delivery without the benefit of a powerful fighter for the tournament. The doctor walks over and comments how her egg is surprisingly transparent. But it is not an egg! Looks like Ickle's mother may have wanted to get a physician who is more accustomed to non-oviparous birth. As the first semifinal comes to a close, it will be Goku from Universe 18 against either Gast or C in the championship bout. But with Old Kai's concerns being greater than this tournament, what will he do to intervene? If he doesn't, how will the battle between the Namekian and the mysterious wizard go down? C seems to be doing very well cheap-shotting his way to the top, but will he be able to do the same against someone as wise as Gas Cargill?